Okay, so as per usual, my video got interrupted. So um, I want to continue. This is part two of synchronicities, manifestations, and clairvoyance. So, okay, I'm just going to jump right in. I was saying that I heard the first and last name of this woman, and we left, and all afternoon I was just kind of uncomfortable about it. And so a couple hours later, I messaged a friend and I asked her if she knew who this person was, and she said no. And I got onto Facebook and I found her, and we talked for a minute, and then she realized who it was, and then she mentioned, she said, as matters of fact, she said, now that I'm pulling up memories, recalling, she goes, I think that her and your husband may have dated in high school. Okay, because that was kind of just the feeling that I had got. Oh, and by the time I found this person on Facebook, her and my husband were friends, but I don't know if I even know if I can tell how long they've been friends or anything. So I didn't check that. But anyways, they were friends. And so over the next few days, my husband was on Facebook a lot. And just, he, he's an honest man. He's a trustworthy man. I never, ever would have thought that, I would have had to worry about an affair with him. That just wasn't anything. I have complete trust in him, and I feel that he has complete faith and trust in me. And but I could tell that he'd be scrolling, or no, I'm sorry, typing, messaging, and then as I would walk up or walk by, he would hit the home button real quick. And so I knew what he was doing. And finally, I think 2 nights later, I went ahead and I checked his phone, which I had never done before. Like I said, I had always fully trusted him, but and synchronicities. Let me tell you, the numbers, the things that were happening in my life were just, all day long, ridiculous, all day long. There's some specific things that might come up, but anyways, so I don't have long, so I have to try to get the story out. So I checked his phone Tuesday night, and he had been messaging her and a lot, and it wasn't much more than memories, but it was definitely flirting, kind of back from high school, kind of flirty memories, kind of thing, and it made me uncomfortable. It made me angry. Like I said, we weren't getting along well. I was at a point of giving up on this relationship. And so I was at a point of, maybe this is what it's meant to be. They're meant to be together. It's the lost love. It's the one that got away, and then kind of seeing some of the messages kind of confirmed that, I think. And, he, silly man, he had turned off his ringer for the first time ever. Like, I was always so annoyed because his phone would wake me up in the middle of the night, or be going off early in the morning or whatever, and he'd be as he's getting ready for work, his ringer's dinging, and just drive me nuts, man. He would never turn his ringer off, but these, 2-3 days, his ringer was off. So it was obvious to me that he was hiding things. And so I Thursday night, we were having a big family dinner with everybody because my son was leaving to go to his dad's. And so we were having this big family dinner, and the wind, there's a storm blowing. So the night before that, that's right, my son was leaving. So he was going to his dad's so this party happened on a Sunday. I checked his phone on a Tuesday. This party was happening Thursday night, and I was leaving, I think Saturday morning to go. Yes, Saturday morning I was leaving with all of my children to go to the airport and be gone for the weekend to drop my son off. And so, and of course this has been planned for weeks. And so I thought they're going to meet up on Saturday night or Saturday, whatever, while I'm gone. They're going to meet up. And sure enough, Wednesday afternoon, he was messaging like crazy, and I thought, I want to go look, I want to go peek, I want to see what he's doing. I want to see that he's messaging me right now. I want to catch him. I want to see. And so I went. This is so crazy, you guys. This is the craziest part, okay? So I go outside with an excuse. I was going to go water the plants or something. So I go outside because he's sitting on the couch in the recliner. And I go outside and I go do something, and I come back, and I had snuck outside. I have 3 little kids, and so they're always following me around. So I had to hurry before the kids came, right, and made noise. And so I come back, and as I'm coming back, I'm looking because there's a crack in the curtain. My curtain's open just a touch, and from the angle I think I can see it. So I go to look in the crack, and just as I look in the crack, he's putting a new security code into his phone, and he hits confirm, and then he has to put it in again, and he has to hit confirm. And just as he hits the OK and the confirm button on me seeing him put in that new security code, my daughter comes up to the door. I literally saw 10 seconds of his phone screen, and I saw him put in the new security code. You guys, it was crazy. It was crazy. As if after being together with him for 7 years and trusting him to the utmost, as if me manifesting an ex-girlfriend of his back into his life wasn't enough. Then I look in the mirror, or in the window, at the exact moment that he's putting in his security code. So I just let him text all night long. He's on his phone all night long. And I wait for him to go to bed. And I check his phone. And sure enough, they have made plans for Saturday night. And there's, innuendos and extremely flirty behavior. And I couldn't sleep all night long. And I did finally sleep. But he gets up early and goes to work. And so he left for work early and went to work. And I was just dying that day. Just dying. And I honestly thought that I was going to let it play out. I was done. I was absolutely done. I was frustrated, shaking. And I was just done with the whole thing. And so I was just going to let it play out. And Thursday night, we had this big party at our house, and so we have the party, and everybody's there, and we hadn't been getting along for a while, and so and I had been very quiet this week, obviously. So had he. He was busy on his phone, and so it wasn't unusual for us to not talk much, for a few days. I was pretty much completely ignoring him at this point, and as dinner was being put out, he comes up to me and he puts his arm around me and he asks me what's wrong. And I lost it. I absolutely lost it. And I said, "What's wrong?" What's wrong? What's wrong is my husband has a date this weekend while I'm out of town with all the kids. And he tried to deny it just for a second, but I told him. I looked at his phone, and he was confused because I looked at the times, and he made plans, and then soon after he made plans, he changed the lock code in his phone, so he was very confused as to how I saw that he made plans. And so I told him about seeing him in the window, and gosh, I barely remember that night now that I'm trying to talk about it. We went on with the night. I made him call her immediately. He stepped out of the party, called her, told her that they had to stop communicating. So it's funny to me, it's odd. I don't know. Did I have clairvoyance and see the whole thing? Months before it happened? Was I having visions of it? Oh, that was what was funny. I had visions of it being a softball mom. As soon as he started coaching, I had visions of it being a softball mom. And so, like I said, her two kids. Okay, I have to finish. Her two kids were in softball, and so she was a softball mom too. There's all these synchronicities. Maybe I'll have to do part 3 to finish up on the synchronicities, because it's time for me to go. But that's the bulk of the story. I got it. I finished it just in time. And like I said, this is only my first video. I have a lot to talk about. So, what do you think? Do you think that that I was seeing, having visions of the future, do you think I manifested this? Or was it just synchronicities? And I don't know. I don't know what it was. But anyways, again, I'm the crazy hippie, and I hope to share more with a lot of you, and find a tribe that likes my vibe, and because I'm a little unconventional. I'm a little out there for a lot of people. So if you don't like what I have to say, please just kindly move on. I don't care for negative energy. I'm here because I need more positive energy to attract and have in my life more positive energy, and to put out more positive energy. So I just want to say love and light to all, and I hope that you found this story interesting. Remember, this is part 2, so if you've watched this, go look at my channel for part 1, because it's a pretty cool story. So blessings to all, and to all, have a fabulous day.